Okay guys, so I just wanted to do a quick refresher on exactly what Google Apps is. Google Apps is the platform, as you are aware, that we will be doing all of our schoolwork, the presentations, any types of tests, any types of practical assignments, all of your markings, everything will be driven on the Google platform. So the Google Apps platform includes the firstly, the most basic set of tools is Gmail. As soon as anyone applies for a Gmail account, which is free, you basically get the Google Apps suite built into your Gmail account. So whenever you apply for an email address, I made a dummy email address here, vk51badv69 or 6g@gmail.com. So whenever you make your free Gmail account, you have access to these apps, and you also have, as you can see here, you've got access to about 15 gigabytes of online space. So Gmail is the most basic app. Also included is Google Drive. So Google Drive is basically a cloud-based storage area. It's just like your hard drive on your computer, but it's actually in the cloud. It's any file that's hosted or saved or uploaded to your Google Drive is basically hosted somewhere on a server farm, they are called, with hundreds of machines with massive hard drives just to basically storing your information in the cloud, which means that you can access it anywhere. You don't have to save your documents on your hard drive. If I log in from a friend's computer, I can access my Google Drive, my Gmail, I can access it and then work on documents, save stuff, upload it, download it, which means it's basically safe. If there's a fire at my house, my information is safe. If my laptop gets stolen, my information is safe. So Google Drive is my online space, and within Google Drive I have the following applications. I can either create a Google document, which is the most basic document. It's just like a Word document, but just hosted in the cloud. I can create a Google Sheet, which is an Excel document, and I know who of you, obviously you know what Excel is. It's a spreadsheet software that allows me to do calculations and make tables and things like that. Then I've got Google Slides, which is the same as Microsoft PowerPoint. We have Google Forms, Google Drawings, Google My Maps, many more apps, but the predominant two that we will be looking at is Google Docs and Google Sheets. So whenever I create a new document from within my Google Drive, remember I can access my Google Drive directly from my Gmail. You can see my Gmail account for my dummy email address, vk51 and to access my Google Drive, I can click on the icons at the top right corner and click on Drive. So when I do that, it opens up the Drive folder, my Drive folder for this specific email address for VK51. Obviously your email address will be yours, your Gmail, but it opens up the Drive for my specific email address. So if I want to create a new document, and most of the time the document that you will be working on would be something like it would be a Google document. So to create one, I simply click on the new button and I click on Google Docs. So what happens then, it opens up a new document in a new tab, and I can then type into the document, okay? Just like a normal word processor, I can bold it, I can underline it, I can italic, I can create tables. We've covered this in class, but it's basically just like a stripped down version of Microsoft Word. I can basically, this document, once I've created it, I can then share it with anyone else. So let's quickly just rename the document. I'm going to call it test document number 1. And this is now, you can see that it says all changes is saved in your drive. So whenever I make a change, whenever I change or add anything, I can it's automatically saved within the cloud. The cool thing is, if I want to go back, if I go back and do some changes, if I don't like some things that I've done, I can go into my revision history and remove specific things. And this revision history is just like an undo, but it's an undo forever. Any type of changes that I make to this document from the day that I created is basically undoable. The cool thing is I can also put a comment. I can select something, I click on the comment, and I can say good work. And that comment will be visible for anyone that has access to this document. So let's say this document is now ready to share. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the share button and I'm going to type in an email address, the person that I want to share this with. And I can choose three different options. I can choose can edit, which means that the person that I'm sharing the document with can actually edit the document, make changes, remove things. I can choose can comment, which means that the person that I share the document with can add comments like I've shown you previously. Or I can say simply can view, which means that the person can just view the document, make no changes, just have access to that document. So for now I'm going to save it as can view. So what's going to happen is Google will automatically send an email, as you know, to me, Henry at PAS Central, saying to me that this document is now available for me to collaborate on. So if I go back now and I close this document, under my drive you can see that this document has been created. To access it again, I can simply double click on it, and then to see who I've shared it with, I click on the share button. It can actually show me shared with Henry Davies. It gives me the details. It says Henry, or actually myself, Henry Davies, can only view. I can change it there to edit, I can comment, or I can make it so that I'm the owner or the other person is the owner. Google Apps allows us to share the documents and collaborate with each other. If I need to make changes while you're working on the document, that's possible. That's the collaboration part of Google Apps.